My man Steve asks, why two Macs? Like when we're on stage, why are there two Mac Minis inside a rack? New playback audio interfaces. So audio interfaces that aren't for studio use. They're just for playback live, to play your tracks, to play your click, to have MIDI over the network, RTP MIDI. There are these specialized audio interfaces that are really designed and set up for playback. So you wouldn't ever use these in a studio. They're just for live. The one that we use, this is my favorite audio interface for live. It's the Play Audio 1U. It is a dual USB-C interface. So it has two USB-C in plugs, so it can connect to two computers simultaneously. And the reason it does that is you can play the same exact Ableton or Logic session from both computers simultaneously. And if the first computer, let's say, goes offline or crashes or has any issues, it will automatically fail over to the second computer. So big bands like 21 Pilots and other bands, they will have what's called a playback engineer. It's somebody who's watching these two laptops or two minis or whatever is playing the session, that's cueing some of the visuals, that's sending out the click track, that's sending out the backup keyboard tracks that nobody's playing live because they don't have a 20-piece band on stage. And this audio interface, $1,200, it has it has a MIDI in and a MIDI out port here. It has 12 balanced phantom power protected XLR outputs on the back, and it also has an RTP MIDI port, which is a RJ45 and Ethernet connection to connect this interface and both computers to the network to send MIDI over the network. That's what we do. Now, one of my other favorite things is this thing right here. This is the Sonnet Technologies rack for the Mac Minis that are M1 through M3. And honestly, I recommend using M1, M2, or M3 Mac Minis for playback. The M4s are awesome. It's just the form factor, in my opinion, is not the most ideal, especially if you're like a small regional or national touring act. They take up two rack units. Whereas the old Mac Minis, this thing right here, see this rack space thing? It's one rack space, fits two Mac Minis perfectly. It's incredible. $300. You can get like used M1 Mac Minis with 16 gigs of RAM for like $350 a piece. So what, you're spending $1,000 and you have a rack-mounted solution? To compare, this is the M4 Mac Mini rack device. It's it's another $50, but it takes up two rack units. Now, the M4 Mac Minis are faster, and you can run three. So if you were running your playback on two Mac Minis and then maybe using one Mac Mini for lights or for video switching or any kind of visual effects, I mean, that would totally be beneficial. And I will probably eventually move to a solution like this, but right now, it's honestly not necessary. And then to get into the Mac Minis, you can use a program called Screen Share on the Mac. And so I have a MacBook Air next to my drum set that I can just get into both Mac Minis, no screen, no keyboard.